When all the shops, restaurants, and hotels are lit up, Palm Springs sure looks a lot different at night than during the day. I'm going to be taking you on a driving tour, starting out at twilight and finishing up after dark. First, we're going to explore the Uptown Design District and see what's there. Then we're going to head further south to downtown Palm Springs and see some of the most famous sights. By the time I head back north on Indian Canyon Drive, it's well after dark. And by the time I get home, it is pitch black out. If you haven't been to Palm Springs before, don't worry, because I'm going to be narrating what we're seeing along the way. And if you've been here or you live here, you know these sights. So let's get ready, jump in the car, and before we get started, remember to subscribe. So we're just passing the Arrive Hotel. I've always quite liked this place. It has a real mid-century vibe. Highly recommended to stay there. And this is the 1501 Gastropub. Also quite like it. Recently it was sold to the people, by the people that own 849. There's new owners. I haven't been in it since then. Building some apartments here. So we're in a part of town called the Uptown Design District. And one of the things you're going to see a lot in Palm Springs is a lot of real estate offices. But if you want to buy here, you need to be contacting me. I'm a real estate broker in Palm Springs. I just happen to like driving around. Going kind of slow so you could check out some of these stores. Really like this one, and as well as Grace Home up there we passed. Trina Turk, well known for very colorful clothing in a real Palm Springs style. $849. Highly, highly, highly recommended. As I mentioned, the same owners previously owned the 1501 Grubhub, but they sold it recently. You may be wondering, where's all the people? Well, it was 111 degrees today, even though it's the beginning of August. Shag, very famous artist locally, does the posters for Modernism Week. Trio, great restaurant. Rug and Loom, we actually had a rug made by them for our home. We're coming up to the corridor, a chicken restaurant there, and then my favorite place for coffee in the morning called Coffee. So I decided head back up Palm Canyon, driving north. We're still a little bit north of downtown Palm Springs. It's a great place on the corner here, and then Cheeky's. They're open for breakfast, and you'll see a line out the door. Interior Illusions, part of the Uptown Design District. They have some great things there. Oh, some people actually out walking. They're quite brave. It's 100 degrees, even though it's 6:30. Room and Board, that's a national brand. You may know them. Another real estate office competing against me. Here's some more contemporary, modern, mid-century furniture. Florist.
So this is the Thompson Hotel, and after years and years and years, it's finally open. Probably should be open by the time you see this video. And off to the right, you have the Blue Coyote, very well-known Mexican restaurant. But even better for Mexican is tequila. And in a curious bit of Palm Springs point of interest, other than the marijuana store, bit of Palm Springs interest is actually the owners of tequila also own another restaurant that's French called The Farm, and we're going to try to drive past that. And they also own another Mexican-style restaurant called Clandestino. Here's the Hyatt downtown. We're definitely in downtown Palm Springs now, and it's definitely not quite totally dark yet, but I'm going to say this is night. There's some brave soul jogging. Okay, it's only 97 degrees now. And then we get to this strip of downtown where you see a lot of the national kind of chains and more real estate offices. But remember, I'm a real estate broker. My contact info is all over this channel. If you're buying or selling in Palm Springs or the greater Palm Springs area, get in touch with me. You will not regret it. Now we're kind of in the center of downtown. Still more activity, more people. Some signs of life, some music. A great, unique kind of Starbucks on this corner here. This is what I'd consider the heart of downtown Palm Springs. Not the Starbucks, this intersection here of Palm Canyon Drive and Keats Canyon Way. There's someone going the wrong way on Palm Canyon Drive. We unfortunately see that more frequently. You see over to the left that, I don't know if that's a Jeep or a Bronco, but just crazy. And in my pros and cons video, I talk about that a lot, how bad the drivers are. Okay, back to our nighttime tour. So turning a little bit detour here off of Palm Canyon Drive and the famous I Love Palm Springs sculpture, the Rowan, very, very highly recommended. One of the things you see a lot in Palm Springs is there's a lot of public parking. Free public parking. And now we're on Museum Way, runs parallel to Palm Canyon Drive, and that's the Aluminaire house. That was the first modern metal house built over 100 years ago. It's on permanent display of the Palm Springs Art Museum. I have a video about that on the channel. I'll put a link to it if you want to check it out. And here's the famous Palm Springs Art Museum. And off to the right, you can see the back of the Marilyn statue. That's the famous scene from The 7-Year Itch. You see the back of the West Elm we passed on Palm Canyon Drive. And over to the right, over to the left is the famous graffiti park. And a lot of graffiti artists work there. And I have a short on that. I need to do a longer video about Palm Springs street art and graffiti. And Clandestino over there next to the Sephora, an excellent kind of like Mexican contemporary restaurant. And also off to the left, Ponzu, which we just tried the other night, and that's some great sushi. Highly recommended. It's downstairs in the Rowan Hotel. And to the right over here, okay, now we got the Marilyn statue. I don't know if we saw it when we were around back the other way. That is going to be moved at some point, somewhere in the same vicinity. So if you come and you're going, where is that? Well, it's going to be moved. People don't like it right there for whatever reason. And you can't see it in the video, but down to the left of the Marilyn statue are a bunch of pickleball courts, because we know everyone wants to play pickleball these days. And that's one of those social cycles they use for the various tours around here. Okay, we're going to head back on to Palm Canyon Drive south. Okay, I'm turning back onto Palm Canyon Drive, headed south, and I'm hoping there's no one going the wrong way, but you know, you never can tell. And I hate to say it, that's not the first time I've seen that. So, I mean, I definitely think the driving around here leaves a lot to be desired. You have a lot of tourists who don't know where they're going. Going to turn here onto La Plaza, where there's a bunch of restaurants. Grand Central is one which we eat at frequently and quite like. And if you've watched my daytime driving videos, you've seen this when it's lighter out. But like, people want to see what it looks like at night, so here we are. This is Indian Canyon Drive. Doing kind of a U-turn. Maybe I'm being illegal now, I'm not sure. And we're headed back on the plaza, going the other way, back towards Indian Canyon. When you see the mountains, that's to the west. So we're headed west now. And Farm is a really, really, really good restaurant we quite like, and it's kind of French. Nice outdoor eating area, great for breakfast or any other meal. Again, the same owners own Farm, Tequila, and Clandestino. 3 of our favorite restaurants in Palm Springs. Now, I don't want to get too close to this truck. Maybe it'll back into me the way people are driving right now. Okay, we're still in downtown Palm Springs, and we just went through La Plaza. We're turning back onto Palm Canyon Drive. On Thursday nights, Palm Canyon Drive, this section of it is closed for Village Fest, and there's a lot of street vendors. They do change the hours for the summer and the winter, because the summer it's like it's 100 degrees now, and it's 6:47. So you'll find a video on this channel about Village Fest as well. Off to the left is Lulu's, really quite colorful, and a lot of people really like it. You'll see a lot of restaurants here. So this is what it's like driving through Palm Springs at night. So when we pass Baristo, we definitely are out of the center of downtown. Now, curiously, at this end of town, there's a couple more furniture stores, even some of my favorites. I don't know if we're going to get that far down, but like H3K is here, and some other ones, even though most of the furniture and design stores are further north. Yeah, there's some more furniture stores. Some over on the left here. This Chase Bank here is quite well known for its kind of architectural design, and there's the H3K Home Designs. So this Bank of America here is another one that's started out life as something else, but it's kind of architecturally known, being very interesting. It's hard to get a good angle of it, though. Well, there's someone in there. I hope they're cleaning, not robbing the place. Okay, we just looped around, and now we're on Indian Canyon Drive, a little bit south of downtown Palm Springs, and we're headed back north. The Dunes, Palm Springs, another hotel, and in the corner there's a Asian fusion restaurant called Rooster and the Pig. I don't know where they got the name from, but if you like Asian fusion, that's a place you may want to check out. Again, this is Indian Canyon Drive in downtown Palm Springs, headed north. Another boutique hotel there. Not the Best Western, the other one. I love this next strip of shops, very, very colorful. And now we're back at La Plaza, which we drove through, and this hotel here. Again, very convenient to downtown. And we're gonna come up to, it's a great furniture store. Bought some stuff from them. And then you have Thai's Smile. And on the cultural side of things, we have the Agua Caliente Cultural Museum. But if your culture is more Las Vegas than native tribes, we also have the casino. Maybe I should do a video on the casino. People can watch me lose money on the slot machines. Maybe I should have driven up to that. Well, we'll see if I ever do another nighttime drive. Palm Springs Exotic Cars. We're coming back up to the Thompson Hotel. We passed the other side of it on Palm Canyon Drive headed south. This is the, I guess, backside of it on Indian Canyon headed north. Looks like they're still doing some construction. This one has a swimming pool up on the roof, as does the Rowan. So if you like kind of rooftop swimming pool parties, you definitely need to come to Palm Springs. Just the number of hotels here is just kind of staggering. Of course, it is a major tourist destination. And on Indian Canyon Drive here, headed back north, you do see a number of boutique hotels. So I highly recommend, if you're coming here on a vacation, that you check out Yelp and other sites. I don't know what you like, TripAdvisor, and see how these are rated. Movie Colony Hotel. So the Movie Colony is a very famous neighborhood in Palm Springs. Frank Sinatra had his first house in the desert there, and I've got pictures of it on some of my videos, and by the time you watch this, I may have a whole tour of Frank Sinatra's house. You never know what I'm going to come up with next. That's why you have to subscribe. I mean, if you like this, want me to keep doing it, or subscribe if you don't want me to keep doing it. Just subscribe. Another boutique hotel. Palm Springs is known for color, and I think orange is a color we're known for. So this is the Desert Regional Medical Center. And actually Palm Springs, the whole greater Palm Springs area has a lot of good healthcare and hospitals. And this started life out as the Mirador Hotel. And when it was the Mirador Hotel, another place that Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. used to hang out at, and maybe not as well known as their hangouts in Vegas, but now it's a hospital. I guess that's progress with an aging population. You see those red lights blinking out there? Wondering what those might be? Those lights are on top of the windmills. We're on Indian Canyon Drive, headed north. And yeah, those lights are on top of the windmills. And the other thing you might notice is that not a whole lot of street lights around here, because Palm Springs has a dark sky ordinance. We like to see those stars when we can. And we're pulling into Miralon, which is where we live. And maybe we'll see what some of these residential neighborhoods look like at night. Okay, we're pulling into Miralon, which, as I mentioned, is where we live. And have a video of Miralon on this channel. I'll put a link up here for you. And let's see what some of the streets look like at night with some of the residential. If you're interested in learning more about Miralon and buying a home here, there's a number of resales as well as new construction, and I can help you with that. You can find my contact info in the description and all over this channel. Oh, a little rabbit out there. I don't know if we got it in the video. Can't see it at night, but you can see in my other Miralon video, these are all olive trees out here, not just these ones you see along this part of the road, but others. And off in the distance there, you see people coming down from the tramway. See cars coming down there. That's Mount San Jacinto at night. We'll see how it comes out in the video. It's the Miralon Amenity Center. Show you what some residential looks like. And again, as I mentioned, you see not only are there no sidewalks in some of these neighborhoods, but there's also no street lights, even though plenty of people have lights in their front lawns. And there are the house lights on. And you can't quite see it tonight because it was a little bit overcast and hazy, but sometimes you just see stars at night in Palm Springs, which are really, really, really amazing.